Welcome back to Ghoster Coasters, and for all our new watchers out there, hit that subscribe button and join the spooky community today. A huge shout out goes to the Ghoster Coasters and executive producers of the channel. An even bigger shout out to CP Coaster Lover. And if you want to become a Coaster Ghosted member, check out that link down below or our memberships page.
About 5 months back, we did an early 2025 predictions video for the Cedar Fair chain, or Six Flags, or Cedar Fair, you get it. Some of this was without full knowledge of what was being built yet in 2024. Now that we know what parks are getting, Kings Island, the Snoopy's Soapbox Racers, and Camp Snoopy renovations,
Knott's Berry Farm, Camp Snoopy renovations, and Snoopy's Tender Paw Twister Coaster.
Dorney Park is getting its first coaster since the Intamin Impulse Possessed in 2008 with Iron Menace, a B&M dive coaster.
And Cedar Point gets the reimagined Top Thrill 2, returning this year, and the fastest multi-launch strata coaster.
Woo-hoo! So, we wanted to discuss which parks are planning 2025 coasters, and stay tuned till the end where we decide on the third park in the chain that will be getting a coaster. Will it be Michigan's Adventure? Kings Island? Valleyfair even? Let's go ahead and get right into this, guys.
Starting off at Canada's Wonderland. Wow! The concepts that came out for these rides were pretty awesome, and early ones included what looked like a GCI, Blast, a wing coaster, and a concert coaster, which was also a wing coaster.
It seems as though they have decided to continue with the Blast coaster plans, and that or the GCI would have been pretty cool, in my opinion. Construction preparation and surveying has begun for the 2025 coaster, so we expect a new launched wing coaster for 2025 at Canada's Wonderland.
In Amusement Insider's recent video, he discussed how the plans to build an electrical building are in store, and that it would be roughly the same
We can't
size
wait to see the
or
new coaster's
bigger
final
than the
renditions
station for the
and to get to the
coaster.
park in 2025 for rides on what sounds like and looks like an amazing addition to an already wonderful park to the north, Canada's Wonderland.
Exciting times in the Cedar Fair chain. So what else can we expect to see in the chain throughout 2025? Moving along to King's Dominion, the sister park to Kings Island.
Many enthusiasts and locals alike have been clamoring for a Volcano the Blast coaster replacement, and well, it's here? Kind of? No? I don't know. Let's get into it.
This new ride seems to have been underwhelming on the social pages, but I'm sure the addition of a B&M will do decent at the park. It kind of reminds me of the old Vekoma inverts you see the kids riding at parks that aren't quite as intense as the big inverts. So, does King Dominion need this coaster? Maybe, but it's not what many enthusiasts wanted to see from the park.
A huge shout out goes to Jackson Created on Twitter for the awesome POV rendition of the expected coaster. Feel free to go give him a follow. He makes awesome coasters on No Limits 2 and Planet Coaster. But back to King's Dominion. The layout seems rather short, so I'm not too sure this is the big replacement of the original Volcano coaster, but hey, who knows? We'd love to see the rumor plans come to fruition as well at this park, maybe down the line a Hyper RMC. We've heard some rumors about that, so stay tuned for that. I don't know. It doesn't seem like it's going to be much of a competitor for the nearby Busch Gardens Williamsburg. I don't believe it moves the needle very far for the park either.
We know these are two of the expected coasters for the Cedar Fair chain heading into 2025. So what other park do you think will get a coaster in 2025?
Worlds of Fun, Michigan's Adventure, California's Great America, Knott's Berry Farm, and Cedar Point are all but out in our opinion for the 2025 season, but we may see an addition at one of the parks above. Our money lies on some of the other not mentioned parks yet, so let's go ahead and get into it.
Carowinds. They haven't had a new coaster built since Copperhead's strike in 2019. By 2025, it will have been 6 years since the park has built a new coaster. The Dinos Alive plot is referenced by many enthusiasts and park goers as a potential spot for the next coaster here at Carowinds. Could we see the Cedar Fair chain build a new coaster here?
Absolutely. But will it be 2025? There's a few reasons it could or couldn't happen. As mentioned before, it has been a long time since they built a new coaster. The park has a few holes in its lineup, a good wooden coaster maybe, and could really use a new attraction. Recently adding aeronautical landing was awesome, but there are other areas to expand and build on.
We don't know for sure if Carowinds gets an investment in 2025, but it wouldn't surprise us either way. They need some TLC, have holes, and it has been a while. There are also reasons to not, such as fixing issues at the park first, getting attendance up during the colder months with events or other offerings, and even just the fact we know Cedar Fair is building 2 B&Ms already at other parks.
Moving on to Kings Island, with the addition of Snoopy's soapbox racers this year, and last year adding Soul Spin and Cargo Loco. The question is, do they add big next year, or is it the following year? What plot gets used first? We're thinking Vortex. And what goes there?
The plot's been empty since Vortex's removal in 2019, and many guests have wondered what they plan to do with this massive plot. I think we likely get this answered in 2026, as no teasers really popped up this season surrounding the area.
Would we love it to be 2025? Yes. 2026 seems more likely here though, but this summer will play a huge role in that. Will we see movement or teasers by Vortex's plot? I don't know. I guess we'll have to wait and see, as we do believe Kings Island is due for another big coaster here soon. The lineup is well-rounded. Another thrill coaster fills a gap in the lineup. It's always a good thing with that line of thinking at the park. So with that said, we don't necessarily see it being Kings Island for 2025. It wouldn't be a big surprise if they got something for 2025, but so far we haven't really seen anything to indicate that either. Moving along to the final park, and I know this is going to be a crazy one, and a lot of you guys are gonna be like, wait, but why? But hear us out. Worlds of Fun got their investment first, a small Cedar Fair park. This year, Dorney Park is getting an investment with a new coaster, their first since 2008, another small Cedar Fair park. And we already told you we don't think Michigan Adventures is getting a new coaster. Knott's is a big park. California's Great America is already out of the running just due to the fact that we don't really know what's going to happen to that park in the next 10 years. So, how about Valleyfair? What say you guys? Having last gotten the Zamperla Cosmic Coaster in 2011 from Dorney Park and
GCI Renegade built in 2007, Valleyfair could benefit from numerous ride types at this point. Having a Morgan Hyper and a GCI Woody already on deck, is it time for a B&M invert? Rumors have always pointed to the park adding one, as most Cedar Fair parks have them already, and it would be a great addition to the lineup. We could see a family approach, and that would do wonders for the park and area as well.
Yeah, I could definitely see either one of those models being added. Realistically, at this point, even a single rail would do well there if they wanted to go for a bigger coaster. I mean, they could add a Wild Mouse from Zamperla. No, I'm just kidding. They already got that Cosmic Coaster. Anyways, guys, let us know what you think Valleyfair could add in 2025. That is the park that we're kind of looking at right now for a 2025 coaster. As we said before, Kings Island wouldn't be a huge surprise, but going with the trend of Cedar Fair's recent additions and the smaller parks seeming to get a few investments at this point,
Right.
maybe even Michigan Adventures can get a bone thrown to them in the next 2 or 3 years here. I don't know. It would be great. I would love to see it. Let us know down below what you guys think. Leave your comments. What do you think Valleyfair could get? Do you think Michigan Adventure will ever get a new coaster? Let us know what you think about Top Thrill 2 and Iron Menace coming out at Dorney Park, and all the renovations to the Snoopy areas at Knott's and Kings Island. As you know, they're all going on right now. And if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Definitely like the video. It helps greatly on YouTube, and we couldn't do any of this without all of you wonderful coaster ghosters out there. Make sure you join the spooky community, guys. It's a lot of fun. There's tons of content you'll love. We got park history coming up. We're working on more of that. We got some really fun, interesting stuff coming up surrounding Cedar Point's Top Thrill 2 as well. So stay tuned, guys. And as always,
thank you for being a part of this spooky community and for coaster ghosting with Ghoster Coasters
have a Six Flags Day, everybody.
at America's Rock and Roller Coast.